Well, it's happened, everyone. Spider-Man is back in the MCU. And some people are happy about this. Some people are not happy about this. I am definitely part of the crowd that isn't overly thrilled with this idea because this just means that Disney continues to have a little bit of a hold on Spider-Man. I've said in a couple of my other videos talking about this topic, because I've done quite a few videos talking about this, that I kind of figured that Sony and Disney would be coming to some sort of deal, that they would eventually figure out something to keep Spider-Man in the MCU. And it looks like they have indeed found a deal that they both are happy with. So let's go ahead and get into this article. I haven't read it yet. Let's go ahead and see what they have to say about the deal, and then we can talk about it after that. So Sony and Disney make up and will release a third Spider-Man movie in 2021. Last month, we reported that Marvel, Disney, and Sony were splitting ways over Spider-Man. Sony still wanted to make Spider-Man movies, naturally, but Marvel Studios head Kevin Feige would no longer be the head creative. The split came down to money, with Disney wanting a 50-50 co-financing deal on future Spider-Man projects, as opposed to the previous deal where they only got 5%. Granted, going from 5 to 50% is a lot, especially for one of Sony's biggest properties, but I would argue that 50% of a movie people want is better than 100% of a movie people don't want, which doesn't make sense, because I highly doubt that just because Sony is making it and not Marvel, not the MCU, that people wouldn't want it. I mean, I would rather have a Spider-Man movie that's not being made by Disney right now, to be completely honest. Anyway, let's go ahead and see. I just want to get to the actual... Oh, so it says here, terms of the deal haven't been disclosed yet, and it's possible that Marvel and Sony are setting up an ending rather than a new chapter. It's possible that a third standalone Spider-Man movie and another appearance in the MCU is all that's left, but honestly, that would be fine. Spider-Man Far From Home has a massive cliffhanger that should be paid off, which I actually do agree with. From a story perspective, I guess I am happy about this from the only because there was such a huge cliffhanger at the end of Spider-Man Far From Home that really needs to have some sort of tie-in with the MCU in order to give a complete closure. Now, I know that Sony has talked about that they want to make just like tons of Spider-Man movies with Tom Holland as Spider-Man. They've said that they want to make at least like 6 Spider-Man movies with Tom Holland. So, if we get one more Spider-Man movie that's set in the MCU, and that kind of closes off the chapter of Spider-Man in the MCU and all of that type of stuff, and give closure to the things that were set up at the end of Far From Home, and then the next 3 Spider-Man movies are kind of more about him and focusing on him in the Spider-Verse and stuff, I would be totally down with that, and I think that would actually be a pretty good way of handling it. I'm glad that these two massive companies were able to work things out, because they have had a good thing going, and now the fans get to see some kind of conclusion to the Homecoming story. So that's all that we have for now. Yeah, I mean, this doesn't surprise me really. I kind of figured that eventually they would come to some sort of negotiation, some sort of agreement, and it looks like they have indeed done that. So from that point of view, this doesn't surprise me at all. And the idea of this being kind of the last movie of Spider-Man in the MCU does kind of make me a little bit happy as well, because this will give closure to what was set up in Far From Home, and then after that they can just focus hopefully on continuing to do Spider-Man in the Spider-Verse. So that is what I'm hoping will be going on here. When we get more details about this, I'll do another video talking about this, but I just kind of wanted to give you guys an update on this. And yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited to see where they're going to be going with the Spider-Verse, and hopefully Tom Holland Spider-Man will kind of be a bigger part of that moving forward, because they did talk that they are hoping to continue to keep Spider-Man a prevalent part of the Spider-Verse as well, even though he's going to be doing a third outing in the MCU. So with that being said, let me know in the comments below what you think about this. And hope you guys enjoyed, and I will talk to you all very soon in another video. Talk to you later. Bye.
with my heart's desire.